Praderi, you get 10d6 gold pieces. Roll that for yourself from your cut of things. Father Bloombad is using his cut for public works.
$41.
Righty. If we do want to go heavier on the overworld, like, building factions game, I will need to build better tools for tracking that. Because right now I have that sort of built up as, like, I have support for that. It's like I've got a file open right now that I can never let you see, but it could be bigger. And so if you want me to do more of that, I can, like, expand on that. But right now it's kind of secondary to you guys going into the death hole and facing with horrible fates. So, but the game's flexible. I'm flexible. I can do whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
At some point I believe we have to pick a caller for today, and I think I already did. I have horrifying news. Monakin, did you go last time?
I did.
Okay, in that case, Zolotin, great news. Soliton. Shargrove. What do you think the group should be doing today? Or rather, figure out what the group wants to be doing today, and then tell me what that is. I'm gonna go refill my drink while you play social.
Okay.
Be right back.
So we have been chilling out, or not being so chill, at Kayden's Rest finally. For the last more than a week, I think. We've like caught up to the timeline. So about how much time was that went by?
I don't know.
Like
at least more than a week. Yes.
Yeah, more than a week. Okay, so I don't know. We've had enough time to do things. We've had time for Glorper to pursue this kingly ascension, and that to sort of work, not really, but not in a way that completely shut it down.
Well,
but we were just discussing. Start writing down options.
So
can I say something about? Can I say something about how old Hell felt about it?
Yeah, well,
Absolutely.
I guess
Because
sure, if you must.
Well, kind of along the lines of what
matters.
What Magnus was describing about the backing up a claim like that. We've got a king. That's a big pronouncement, and I felt like in character Ulfkill would have felt. I don't know how we can really back this up. I mean, I think that in this world, in this dangerous landscape we're in, some kind of pretense of some magnitude is a good move.
Yeah,
because things like that are done all the time.
Glorpert provided the pretext in his story, and in witnessing you wielding gold spear and slaying this monstrosity, whether or not the detail, so that's the story. Now that is the, you are a hero with a holy weapon, and that's gonna have. There's really not much else, unless we want to like fabricate a family tree for you or something.
Do that.
Which is something people did in those days.
Yeah.
But what actually matters in those days also is whether or not you've got
claim button.
Yeah, you got to actually have the stick to back it up in some way or other. So that means that in this ensuing week, then, since I couldn't stop the thing at all, like from happening completely, and we've got these 12. We might as well work with what we've got. So Magnus will discuss like options, certainly. I mean, he's not gonna. I'll support. Magnus will certainly support and be like front facing. I'm not gonna have any disagreements between any of the what used to be considered like basically the Council of Kayden's Rest is still. That's still the case.
It usurps that too. It's true. Yeah.
Well,
which
but
Magnus is on.
It can't usurp. He's not going to allow that. Just period, point blank. No. Ulfkill will be folded into this. For it to work, you have to have a council, or else you're just going to become just a flat out tyrant, or you're going to be just nothing but a puppet of whichever group of zealots happens to be guarding you at that time, and we can't allow that either.
Yeah, that's a time-tested strategy.
Do we
Yes.
want to perpetuate the king angle,
No.
or do we want to?
I mean, in my opinion, no. In Magnus's opinion, no. But
I mean,
if you do want to be a Margrave instead, then you need to be like on the border between something and something. Like if it's a border,
Yeah,
then we're gonna
right.
need like some
You're on the
actual.
border
Well,
of chaos.
All I'm saying is that
That's true.
this
That's true.
we have to start.
Like we're definitely on the
somewhere.
border. We just
Yeah.
got to figure out who we're.
We
who's our
could
liege.
eventually, if we want to work our way up to having a kingdom. I mean, you could do that, but I think you have to lay a foundation and make some kind of claim. And we can doctor up papers because they
Well.
did it all the time. We can make up get some.
None of that. What matters is you have to be acclaimed by people other than yourself, and it has to look good. It has to look genuine. So that means that it can't just be Glorpert.
It's also
no-
it's significant
Hey,
though
okay,
that
hold up.
The fact that his name is
Wait,
Glorpert is just really good.
Yeah.
I just have to clarify. Glorpert doing that spontaneously and proclaiming that counts for something. Like, Glorpert is a lot of things, but insincere is not one of them. That man was genuinely, psychotically convinced of this idea, and that
Yeah.
counts for a lot in terms of the credibility of it.
It may count for something here on the peninsula, but I don't know that the people at Anne's Redoubt are going to be persuaded by Glorpert.
if
You know what I mean?
if you're talking
Yeah.
about titles, first of all, I love and I agree that a title can't be. This is my interpretation. Maybe I'm wrong, but when I look at that name level and you reach that point where it says, "Hey, this many followers will automatically appear," blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. To me, that represents that level of title, which says that will happen automatically, mechanically, and you don't, and what that tells me is before that will not happen. It'll erode.
Sure.
And you don't
Yeah,
have,
and in the
you don't have the
yeah.
title to back it up. I agree.
But in the meantime, we can make up whatever we want for
Yeah.
propaganda.
But I think a really significant point here is that Ulfkill is a Funjater. He's a chaotic Northman. That's wild. So
It does
is he
make things.
from- Yeah. Which north is he from? I haven't really been 100% on this. Is he from like Northern Europe, or is
So-
he from the Pictlands?
So some lore here. Okay, so the Vikings in this setting are people of chaos that worship evil gods and like plunder and destroy things and stuff.
They have fun.
They have fun. I didn't say they weren't fun. Yeah.
We throw axes at long braided haired women.
We did an evil campaign with them adjacent
It's
to
true, you
this.
did.
Yeah. We really did. And John was in it, and he played one of the characters that did that. They raided the coast of Albion in that game.
Is that why the Lord of Kurgai is dead? Did they
Yeah,
whack him?
yeah, we played through that in the
Holy
other
shit.
campaign.
Yes! I love that. Crossover episode
Yeah,
with
I like it.
lingering results.
But anyways,
That-
yeah, the Norse are not. So there's that, and then there's the general mythical North of like we don't know what's up there, but it's bad and scary, and that is also true. Like the Scots are also evil and scary and beyond the veil of chaos. It's somewhere to the north. So
I thought the Picts were the Scots here.
we are the Picts.
Okay.
You gotta start believing in Pickland. You're in one.
That
I keep thinking of like Robert E. Howard's.
I will also emphasize that history has not been fidelity to history has not been a hallmark of this campaign either. Because it's anyways, I won't. Yes. Oh, anyways, Vikings.
Believe it or
So
not, I
we're
spend a
playing
lot
someone
of
from far away because my character could be just as bewildered by all this as I am, just kind of nodding along like, yeah.
believe it or
Ulfkill
not,
is a. Oh, God.
I'm actually being far less pedantic than I could be.
Oh no, it's well
in terms of the history and all that kind of thing.
as I have said.
I'm having a good time.
If when I read Three Hearts and Three Lions, he's in Germany or, somewhere in the Holy Roman Empire. And the way they describe geography and what's going on in that world it's like, is this Earth or kind of Earth? Or they'd be like, the dragon countries to the west and the elf country. It didn't make any sense. So that's the inspiration for this game. It's kind of a mythical pastiche. Like
There are
Warhammer.
no good maps in this
Yeah,
setting.
there are no good maps, exactly. That's a good way to put it. Anyways, he comes from a bunch of evil chaos worshipping people. So that's an interesting thing if we're talking about titles and legitimacy and stuff.
That and that they killed a king in recent memory may not go over well.
Well, it doesn't. All that matters is if you can sell the holy warrior angle in this age, it should be enough. And
Yeah.
this is something that Magnus is perfectly willing to help do, and I'm sure Father Blumbad would be willing to help with that angle as well, because it happens to be true.
Ulfkel is willing to be baptized, if that will help.
Why have you not been baptized?
Worried
I
about
don't
Maybe
know
need a-
precisely how the religion of the light works, but yeah, that can happen.
They might need to grab some scissors too. I don't know.
Oh no.
No.
Oh,
No,
no.
no,
Tonsuring,
no.
for tonsuring, for tonsuring.
For tonsuring.
Yeah, so
So much for putting this one on YouTube.
Hey, I'll have egg.
That's true. That's true. Could have been referring to anything.
so
I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. I'm gonna be quiet
You
now
should be.
before I
It's
ruin
great.
this
Have fun.
game.
I love
and
it.
just
I love
leave.
it. I love it. It was.
I'm
It
going
was
to
indeed
miss
a
you
big
so
up.
much. I'm gonna miss the chaos you inject into everything. You are so great. I wish I had.
That's good.
Yeah, let's go clear a hex. What?
Yeah.
What
I
the
think I
hey?
might have missed
Yeah.
the part of this where something that would get us demonetized
Oh,
happened.
no.
Tonsuring is cutting person's hair. Let's be
Correct.
clear.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'll tell you. I'll tell
Okay.
you when you're older, in about
Okay.
2 hours
Um,
older.
so yeah.
Okay.
Um,
God, it reminds me of that joke that I'm definitely not going to say.
All
I
right.
mean,
First,
yeah.
yeah.
Go ahead. No.
Let's do
get
some
started.
adventuring. Test what is there any consensus as to what it is?
We have not reached a consensus. We just
right.
immediately
Form
start.
a consensus in
Well,
10
it's not-
minutes,
okay.
or I'll do something horrifying and creative.
no.
You have 10 minutes.
You
All
can't
right,
just
so
like
we're clearing. So we're
vaporize
clearing
this
a hex.
entire
I
city.
mean, Zolatan is definitely interested in doing some kind of overland adventure, unless the overland is legitimately just death.
Well,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but clearing a hex is like a
everything's-
month-long thing. Or
Ross makes a point that everything is death. I mean, the truth is,
Yeah.
we can run. We're at the place, the part of the dungeon we're actually exploring now. I love exploring the dungeon, and I've missed it. And we actually got some doggone treasure last time.
Yeah, and there's some more. There's some more doors down there that might, for all
Yeah.
we know, just have more treasure. We
That's
found
true,
some
we-
goblins walking around with some treasure. We found a guy full of some treasure. We took his treasure.
Yeah, but the so then, and I'm perfectly happy to leave it up to the caller. Whatever you're curious about, I'll have fun doing wilderness just as well as I will.
I do wish that I mean, I have been reassured that going underground is much safer than going overground, which seems extremely weird to me. But like, I thought the dungeon was the dangerous part, but like, I
It
haven't
is.
actually seen the above ground, so
It's
I can
still
totally
terrifying and dangerous, and the only reason we made it out of that last one was because of Webb. I mean, really, usually it's because of a spell like Webb that is the only reason we've
Yeah.
survived.
Oh, we could say the same thing about the last like 5 encounters.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Here
That's a really
is
good spell.
a brief summary on the danger levels of the regions in and around Kayden's Rest and Rappan Athuk. The area immediately surrounding Rappan Athuk is extremely dangerous at night, and is not a place you should hang out. The swamps you've been in, they're pretty dangerous, but you were able to maneuver in them, and you have a ongoing errand in there. The forests were maneuverable in the past, and you know that you've destroyed most of the worst things in them. Namely, the swarms of spiders with save or die poison are no longer a pressing concern.
Oof.
Likewise, it is no longer consumed with chaos corruption, which is something that Sullivan noticed immediately upon coming back here. So if you want to do an overland thing in the forests or in the swamps, probably well within your powers. If you want to do an overland thing, puttering around in the region around Rappan Athuk, All signs point to no. Magic 8
What
Ball
about-
doesn't advise it.
What about the hex around the bridge? Is that considered near Rappan Athuk?
I'm not telling.
Because I mean that's an eventual goal. I'm wondering if there is a hole to delve into that's not. I mean that would be a good payoff if we got to clear that hex anyway.
There are some nearby dungeons in that area. There's at least one nearby location in that area that you know of that you have
Monastery.
not. Yeah, the monastery. You don't know what's in there. You have a few communes available to you. Of course, it's been a couple weeks, so you could hit me with like 6 questions, and I can give you brief answers.
How do we overcome the invisible beast?
Yeah, I'd be happy with just the answer to that one.
All right. Well, that's the first question. The
That's a
answer
big
is
one.
magic weapons.
Oh wow.
Let me verify that that's true. 'Cause I
That
don't
was a
wanna give you
very
guys wrong
direct
answers.
answer with a very direct question, actually.
We've
Yeah.
got some magic arrows now, right?
Yeah, very straight. You've got lots of magic weapons. Granted, not all of them can go into the land of the sun.
Yeah, we're very
But-
limited in that regard.
Not that limited. You still got a lot.
Got
Yeah.
a pretty fair
Finally
handful
pulled
of
up
them.
the overworld map as I have it. But, so the entrance that we found that sort of leads to the part of the dungeon that we are trying to get to is next to what's called the cloister. Is that correct? The part of the dungeon
yes.
that we were
Yeah.
at last time.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
sort of.
And that is the part that is considered to be around Rappan Athuk itself, which is like super dangerous. Is that correct? Like we cleared out a bunch of... Yes. Okay.
Sorry,
so you
say-
just read
ask the question.
going
one more time.
overland to the cave entrance that we located that was near to that mushroom room, which was to the north of the room that we were at last session, is considered close to Rappan Athuk, which is incredibly, incredibly dangerous. Is that correct? Is that my understanding?
Yes, but I would only use one incredibly. They can
Okay.
and have maneuvered in that area. It's just not a place you want to linger.
All right. So basically, if we want to get back to where we're going, we basically to where we were at last session, then we would want to go underground again. Is what it sounds like. Like that would just objectively be safer and faster. Which seems counterintuitive, but if that's how it is, then that's how it is.
You can get there a little faster by taking your boat and then scampering overland. It'll be a little more dangerous, but it will be faster.
Having a boat is pretty helpful for getting the treasure home if we do in fact get treasure. So I think that one option would be to take the boat there and then just try to like scamper underground while it's daylight, and like the boat just kind of tries to stay somewhere safe itself.
All right.
As one option. And the other option is you guys were suggesting just now going to find a different dungeon, but I got all mixed up about where that's located. Is that right? That was a
well,
different dungeon entirely?
The monastery, is that different from the cloisters?
Same one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the same thing. Also, this is important. You can get to the monastery / cloister by boat. It's on the coast of the lake
Yeah.
to which you have direct river access.
So it sounds like we're going in that direction either way.
Yeah.
Like we're either going to the cloister or we're going to that hidden cave entrance to the part of the dungeon that we were at last session, which is close to the cloister.
This meta knowledge is pulled from Magnus's experience, so in the spirit of we problem solve and there's no metagaming, someone will die if we go to that cloister, I think, based on our past experience there. Even if we set up an ambush and create a plan for whatever the heck that thing is. And
There's
that's
a
okay.
layer which is-
And that's okay.
It is invisible, it can fly, and it hits pretty hard.
Yeah, it was like 12 hit points or something to somebody last time, or so. I don't even remember, but it was
It
really.
smacked Dalton. It smacked. Was it Dalton or it was Algar at that point, and it smacked him real hard on the snoot.
And it was just in one hit, and then they were like, run. And that was that. And so I'm not saying we can't defeat it or that it's not worth defeating, but maybe some of us will die.
Yeah. That sounds pretty harsh. Do we have reason to think that there's like a commensurate treasure? Or is this
Yeah, it's a totally unexplored ruin of a
You want
an
to
old
ask God?
monastery.
You want to ask the commune spell?
I think we got like 5 more questions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we
you
should
can just
ask.
ask.
Yes, what is the what boon will we get for defeating this thing?
What sort of stuff is in there that's readily accessible?
So funny. I think I know the answer.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't necessarily get all the answers. It's mostly just a yes. We're mostly looking for a binary yes. Is it worth like 2 people dying or not?
That's a value. That's
Is
a
it worth-
value judgment.
Is
That's
it
a
worth
value
Perderi dying?
No. It is only
No,
only
I don't want
Glorper
Perderi to
today.
die. He's one of the core boys.
I'm just picking a name here.
Powerful magical treasures are held within the cloister of which you speak.
Ooh,
He
okay.
specifically said powerful.
Yeah.
Yes,
we do
yes.
need those.
We do. We also have the purple worm. Don't forget about the purple worm
We have
cavern.
Horn of
Can we
Blast.
take a purple worm?
No, but
What?
How,
what is
how do
it?
we
What
how do
are
we
the
overcome the trapped invisible magical puzzle thing that that we know? How do we overcome that?
I
we
do
still
have
have
a-
the purple worm
I
into
do
it.
have a few
Anyway,
ideas, which is
that's
that
another.
I can fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a
Wait,
question for you guys,
use-
which is its mechanism of flight? Do you think it's purely? Could you feel a downdraft of air coming down from wings, or was it just floating? Which is to say,
The
if
impression
my
was
character grapples it with his constriction ability, will that tangle up his wings and bring him down so that you guys can fight it?
We could ask what the identity of the invisible assailant is. As one
Yeah, I
of my
guess we could just do
questions.
that.
Wait, I got another question before we. Can we
Yes.
make it visible? Is there some way we can?
Ooh, good
Okay.
question.
No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of a character in my other campaign.
I do have a question for Solatin.
Soliton.
Did I say that right? Solatin. Do you have true sight?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. Then you can. Bloombad confers with the gods as to the nature of this thing. It is a very minor spirit of the air. It is shapeless and formless, but
Oh.
you can beat it to death. Like, you don't
Right.
strictly need magical weapons. It's invisible. It can fly. It can hit you hard.
So another thing that my poison won't work on, and my constriction also might not work on it if it's air. I might just like coil right through it and just nothing.
If it's
yeah,
air elemental, yeah.
Very
Yeah. I
fire.
don't think, okay, so neither my
Fairy
main
fire
games are
would
gonna
work.
If we hire a druid, which we know one, I think.
You do know one, though you haven't
could be a path.
spoken with her in for some time, and she's not really much of the. Did she really seem like someone who was down with the whole idea of exchanging money for goods and services?
What about the removal of an ancient threat?
Maybe. You could go find her. Okay, so that's
she-
3 questions. There was a 4th question, I think.
Yeah, somebody asked about the identity of the invisible. Oh no, you answered
Yeah,
that.
which
Yeah.
we got that one.
Which gave us in turn the answer to
And
the
we
other
we
question.
also there was a question. There was an implicit question of can we make it visible? But if it's an air elemental, then no, that's just what it looks like.
It
Would a
is
druid-
innately- I mean, like, you can learn to see things that can't be seen, but it's never going to be visible in a normal sense.
So we need a spell of see invisibility. Or a
Mhm.
potion or something.
Hmm,
Do you have one of those? I think you might.
I was just looking and I don't think we do.
Oh, well.
okay.
At least
so
not one that's recorded.
before
Wait.
before the GM remembers that we're past our time limit, I was thinking we could just try to go back to the place we were at last time and put a pin in this one, but that we try to do it overland so
Let's
that
go to
it's
the
sort of
place.
like a hybrid of a new plan.
Yeah.
We're testing how bad the overland travel is, but then once we get there, we do what we were doing before.
Oh, you're saying you take the boat around to the entrance to Rappan Athuk and go into the mushroom area? Is that what you
Yes.
were talking? Oh, interesting.
Because I think that'll be faster. I think it'll be more dangerous, but I think we're.
Yeah,
some-
I know we
some
were
tough-
told that was
you guys are some
very,
tough
very
hombres.
dangerous. It's a lot of faith.
Hmm.
So should we put something in motion for a future session to like try to get this druid to
Yeah,
come
I
help?
think trying to set out some feelers for the druid for the next time.
That's
But then
fine.
this time we try to avoid that creature because we don't know how to deal with it.
Ulfkill, your people worship these dark gods. By what means do you set out fresh cream and berries under a full moon, or what is it? What do you do to summon these things?
I don't know about fighting the air.
No,
We have-
the druid woman to summon a druid woman.
Oh,
Is she chaotic?
I think druids are innately, aren't they? I don't remember. It's in the
They have to be neutral.
one of the documents. Ah, that's what it was.
I don't know that my character would know that.
Yeah, in character, it's
Gameplay
probably
wise, though,
pretty-
you're correct.
I
Who-
don't think that the Church of the Light is a big fan of druids conceptually. Not like against them in the way it's like there's chaos
If
cultists.
they're not against them, then they're
bad.
yeah. If they're not against them, then they're not chaotic. They're just no. That's just like wanting
Just regular
wanting their own
people.
dogma.
why don't we send a messenger to go poke around and look for her while we do our adventure?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
What
That
about
we would
Locke?
avoid conflict with
Yeah.
the air elemental and just try to go overland to try to
Uh-huh.
go down that tunnel entrance into the mushroom to get there faster.
I'm
that way we got a
willing.
boat. Hit me.
All right,
I'm,
let's hit the
I'm
road.
willing to send Mordaigion, because I mean, for one thing,
Yeah.
all those extra NPCs are sucking up a lot of XP,
Yeah,
and
for
he
real.
he can never attack. He can throw darts, and that's about it. Layoff
Oh.
Stun also. I would like to take Dobby because he can heal, but I wouldn't mind sending Layoff Stun and Mordaigion to go find the druid if you guys want.
I can send Nisel to go with him as well for a little extra muscle.
Yeah, personnel concerns are going to be all you guys. I've just got the one character.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, and keeping in mind that I am here to garner consensus, and if everyone is thinking, I don't know about this one, then now's the time to say it.
There's a tremendous commotion in the hall. I'm going to step away. Hold
Okay.
on.
But we're all basically okay with trying to do the overland and see how it goes, because
Yeah,
it's a pretty complicated way of going underground, and this
Yeah.
just feels more direct.
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
find some monsters to slay.
We've
Okay.
done it before. That's how.
All right, it sounds
That's
like
how
we are
it's-
gonna try to get in a boat and center on down the river, and then try to get into the mushroom room.
Okay. So, here's how. First, AJ, I am making you responsible for making sure that everyone who has a magical weapon on their person, that magical weapon is noted on the spreadsheet. Do you have
Did you
right
give me
access
edit
to it?
permission? I do
I
not.
thought I
can
did.
view, but I can't.
Request edit permission, and we'll get back to this in a minute.
Okay.
Keep that open. So, let me turn up the music a bit.
Also, could someone map?
I could write a map.
Okay.
We
I'm not
back
sure
up.
what part of it we are mapping.
Just the general shape of. I'll give you the. In basic terms, the like hub and spoke path you are taking. It's all the landmarks you pass along the way.
Okay, I'll add another layer to this one.
The weather at this time of year in the lands of Albion is pretty much perfect. There is no better time to get out there and enjoy the outside,
Yay.
which is good because that's what you're doing. Share request accepted. The traveling by the Myrmidon from the shores of the village of Kayden's Rest to the base of the Great Bridge that crosses the river takes about a day, though it's a long day.
That's the one that says Old Coast Road.
Yes,
Okay.
you are able to make this great time because you're on a fast boat going downriver following the flow the entire way. You will have to camp on the bridge the first night. So I'm going to roll, see what sort of
Magnus.
exciting... Say again?
Sorry. Magnus is coming out this time. It's Magnus and Monacan and no Aelin. I'm not bringing the other hirelings.
Understood. Magnus, Monacan, no other hirelings?
Correct. So that
Alrighty.
means we can't depend on
Just drowning my boys.
Naum and Frangag this time.
Do you guys want? What about the magic weapons we got last time? What do we want to do? Do we want to start wearing the crown and the amulet, and other people carry the other stuff? What? Start this
Crown isn't-
fiction?
The
I
crown
thought the
is
crown was just loot.
yeah, but you can still wear it.
It's like part of the propaganda. I mean, we don't.
I
We
think I think we should keep the crown at the chapel.
Yeah, you don't want to get it knocked off.
can sure.
It would be
At least for now.
It's only
Yeah.
for official business.
Fine. Good.
I would like to wield the two-handed sword if one of the NPCs doesn't have it, because I can't carry Grey Spear in the light, so I had to
True.
have
Yeah.
left it back in the Underworld.
take that big sword, my guy.
And if I didn't hear any objection earlier to Monacan getting a hold of the arrow, +1 arrows.
Good.
If
Yeah.
that's all right.
Makes
To be
sense.
clear, the
Okay.
+1 arrows are not single-use items. You can retrieve them. You should probably try.
Oh, I will. Yes, I noted
That's
that
pretty
part.
sweet.
It is pretty good. All right. So overnight.
What about the
see if
what about
you
the
have any
amulet?
random-
Sorry. The amulet.
What's the amulet do?
You can read thoughts or something.
Whoa.
Well,
Telepathy
I
or something.
yeah, I hate to, I don't want to sound greedy.
No, it sounds
For Magnus?
I think we all know who. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Can you
Okay.
can you explain that to me though? Because everyone else seems to get it.
well, so there are other magic user hirelings,
Mhm.
but he's one in particular that has sort of focused on mind magic a little bit, and
So you perceive
and
synergy.
the way magic has worked in the past, I have the feeling I can probably use this thing as a component in designing a like a very powerful spell in the future.
Ooh.
That's my hope anyway.
All right.
But yeah.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
claim.
Thanks. Yeah. I just wanted to make
Okay.
sure we knew what we were bringing. Sounds good.
So you said Monacan has it, not Magnus?
No, Monacan has the arrows.
Okay. And then Magnus has the amulet.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, bookkeeping over.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. Your sleep goes untroubled. Resting upon the bridge, you have a commanding view of the area around you and cannot be easily approached unawares. And no one approaches you. The next day, the world is clear. You proceed south. If you wish to reach the location in question, you will need to, from the bridge across the river, proceed south along the Seacoast Road until you come to a close approach to the area of Rappan Athuk. That will take you 1 day's travel.
I'm trying to map this on the map, but I don't really comprehend what this is. I thought the entrance to Rappan Athuk was the cloister, which is north.
No, that is not the case.
Okay.
The entrance to Rappan Athuk is south and east of the bridge. The entrance to the cloister, which is a different thing, is north and west of the bridge.
Okay. So the entrance to Rappan Athuk is just not on the map.
Correct. It is
Okay,
off the
that's
east
it.
side.
But we're not going there. We're going south.
For now, yes.
Right,
Because you want to
okay.
get close. After 1 day's travel to the south, let's see if you encounter any more things. No, you don't. You spend you travel south a full day, resting along the road. You find a reasonably secure place to set up camp and guard yourself. You do not encounter any danger nor sign of other human habitation, which is more importantly, you also do not find any recent tracks as you pass, indicating that perhaps there are not tremendously active beasts in the area that you have or at least they haven't reclaimed the territory yet. On the third day, you step off into the woods surrounding Rappan Athuk proper. I have to emphasize, this place is nice. You walk up off the east side of the east coast of the coast road, up into high and wooded hills. They're sparsely forested, kind of idyllic. Green grass, berries grow in abundance, cool, clear streams flow to the sea. And yet, at no point when you're here do you feel safe. Not for 1 second. But you do make it back to the location in question. You find the cave. You encounter the mausoleum proper, and from there you are able to orient yourselves and rediscover the cavern exit, which you found, which leads to the mushroom cavern, which you had departed a while ago. Late in the day, you traverse down into the darkness below. Maestro, turn on the spooky music. We're going back in the hole.
I'm a little so we came around from the coast.
Yes.
Okay.
Traveled via overland, down the Seacoast Road, and then you went east from the Seacoast Road to Rappan Athuk overland.
I see. That makes sense.
Yes.
I see.
Although, now that I think about it, I think that's the first time you've ever done that. I think every other time you've gone to Rappan Athuk, you've translated there through some obscure method of via the underworld, or
we've gone in this way once, by my recollection, but then we connected it back to the gut,
Yes.
and then after that we didn't go that route again. I don't think.
Indeed. Navigating the area would be pretty difficult, except that you have a guy who can go up and surveil the area from the sky.
Hey, I'm helping.
Yes, you are. So that allows you to orient more effectively than you otherwise
It
would.
means Magnus doesn't have to memorize fly,
Not every day, at least.
at least not unless he's planning on escaping by
Well,
himself.
which you should always have in your back pocket.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, he doesn't have to memorize
Ross.
more than one.
You need
yeah.
tokens.
Yes, at least. Sorry, that's my bad. Thank you. Where did I put? Oh, I didn't realize that's what you meant. Yes, sure. Just the adventurer's token for now. It's easiest to keep track. Let me verify that this is spitting out the correct vision. Correct. Bright light is 30 feet, and then low light 1 low light another 90. And yeah. Okay, is everyone able to see correctly, like through the token?
I think so.
Okay, cool and good.
Okay, cool. Now, I believe we're going to try to go or navigate down through the mushrooms all the way down to basically the place where we were at last session, and then open more of those doors. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
And what is the party composition at the moment?
It's a really good question.
I believe the party composition is as follows. Ulfkel has his 3 hirelings of
No.
Dobby,
Just Dobby.
All right. So just Merdigian and Lofsen are at home?
They went to summon the druid or look, with Niesel.
Yes. Sounds good.
Yep. Niesel of my retinue went with them.
All right. So in that case, we have Owanin. Hang on a second. Hydros. We have Predarius Owanin, Predarius Pasling, Predarius Moore, and Ulfkel's Dobby.
How many spellcasters?
Or,
That
and then Owain and Dobby are clerics.
yes.
Okay,
Owain
what
usually.
spells?
Owen, I
Sorry.
believe, usually prepares Detect Evil, and Dobby is a
Right.
second-level cleric who I think usually hacks Cure Light Wounds.
And more?
Moore is a magic user with Charm Person,
And that's it?
Light, and Mirror Image.
Okay. Okay.
Would you rather Moore remain?
No. I just need to know so that I know what spells to bring. So
Okay.
So, first off, a summary on what you has been up to in the fungus room, since it has been about a month since you've been here. The southern funguses patches are beginning to grow back, though they still seem quite immature. You believe you can still pass them safely. What is the northern funguses along this side are still quite in strong bloom.
Hmm.
Do you have any intentions here beyond passing through?
For now, I think we're just passing through.
You pass through. All right. Who wants to be timekeeper for me?
I can do that.
All right. You sure? You're already juggling
Yeah, I'm juggling that and also trying to map, but I think I could do it. Unless someone else wants to.
Anyone else want to? There's experience
I'll-
points in it.
I'll
I'll-
take
I'll
up the
do-
mantle. Or go ahead,
Okay.
John.
Like 3 of us
All
at
right.
once.
As soon as I put some money on the table, yes. All right. It is currently 7 p.m. Now, each turn is 10 minutes, so there's 6 turns per hour. So I'm going to tell you, just a turn passes.
Okay.
Okay. So a turn passes as you pass through the fungus room and move down to the area below.
May I ask what day it is?
It is in character the 8th day of... Sorry, it is the 10th day of the 7th month.
Okay.
Right.
I'm doing the timekeeping just like I said I wasn't, but okay. Yeah, I've got to focus on this.
Okay.
Let's see here.
You enter once again the room of dirt. This room, as ever, gives you a sense of instability, but you will notice that having passed through it several times, the ceiling has remained precisely where it has been before. The door appears to have been shut.
But this is a sort of a known phenomenon in these parts because the chaos of these places will bar our entrance. So we will try to pry it open, but not be too shocked that this is occurring.
All right. Who is prying open the door?
I'd be happy to try, unless if it's a forced door. If we're just trying to use strength, I'll be happy to try.
It's
I
just a
think you're the
force charge.
strongest.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oof. Oh wait, that's a 1d6.
Forced open doors 1 to 3. I made it.
All right.
Cool.
You force open the door. I would like you to roll a saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
All of us or just him?
Just him.
I failed.
Oh no.
All right. Glorpert wrenches open the door, and a very simple trap is triggered. When he opens the door, a wooden catch is released, which causes a bucket of beetles at the end of a rope to swing down and splash against him.
Oh.
Ross is now covered with angry carnivorous beetles.
Nice.
Okay.
Well, Glorpert is. I can see Ross is.
Yes, Ross is fine, of course. And
Great.
I would never cover Ross with
Oh no.
carnivorous beetles. I'm very fond of him. But
Okay,
Glorpert
but
is not so safe. Glorpert is savaged by these horrendous little creatures as they scuttle in and around his body. And
Oh
he
no.
takes 3 points of damage. And now we have a pressing concern, which is that Glorpert is being savaged by carnivorous beetles. Someone present a response to this dilemma.
Perderi will light a torch and use it to scare away the beetles
Yeah,
if possible.
burn me. You have to. Good.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what
Is
you do
anyone else
about
doing
that.
anything else?
Water?
I could try like lightly. I could try using my constriction, but like try to squish him without actually constricting him. Does that make any sense at all?
You like wrap
just kinda-
wrap me up.
Yeah, just kind of
and then-
wrap it around him and try to squish the
and then you
beetle.
just go.
Then they're gonna get on
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Can you do that without squishing Glorpert?
Can I whack?
No, I'm not sure. Okay, new plan. I'm going to use my telekinesis.
I'm gonna whack Glorpert with my wineskin. And...
Meanwhile, I'm just like spinning around, screaming, flailing my arms.
Well, that's just good sense.
All right. So everyone. Okay. I would like
I'm
a
gonna try to
saving
use my
throw
telekinesis.
from AJ. From Perderi, from Solotan, and
Solid.
from Sultan, and from Ulfkel, and also from Glorpert. And also from Glorpert.
To roll a d20?
Yes.
I fail.
Yeah, I think I had plus
All right.
1. 16.
Glorpert is not able to independently resolve the issue. Neither is, unfortunately, Ulfkel. AJ, where's your roll? Oh yeah, no, you already rolled.
Yeah, failed.
Okay. So Ulfkel is still being viciously savaged. One of them,
Glorpert?
sorry, yes, Glorpert continues to be viciously savaged. However, because Zoltan is pulling them away, he takes only half damage and suffers another 2 points of damage before the insects are cast away and scuttle frantically into the darkness.
Yay. All right. Just
So, a little bit of more information now that you have a second to pause and finish panicking. First, the good news is they're not poisonous, though they did scuttle right under your armor and chew their way down past any provisions on their way to get to the floor. So you are bleeding pretty badly, but Glorpert's a toughie. How many hit points does he have left?
13.
Yeah, you're okay-ish.
yeah, how much
13
damage
out
was
of-
that total? Like 5?
Yeah, that did 5 in total. Yes.
Okay.
Which would be enough to kill an ordinary man, or rather a
Ooh.
less lucky man. The bucket is simple wood. In fact, cheap wood, and was designed to splinter on impact. It is of fungal, woody material, which you may associate with a certain faction in these dungeons. And the rope likewise appears to be made out of strips of fungal matter that have been braided into a cord. Was apparently sealed with wax up until it crashed against you.
Do we associate that with a faction? Because I was just assuming
Yeah.
goblins still proven
Yeah,
It'll
others.
be those goblins for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Start.
goblins are a coherent faction.
Put my
All right.
gambus
So it wasn't
on
just
and-
abstract chaos. It was specific chaos.
Yes, it's often the way of these things.
Ugh.
I say we
We
find
killed
out
some-
things and bring them justice.
Yeah, we killed some last time we were down here, right?
Agreed.
Yeah. We killed a few. We killed several directly, and then got one of them killed.
Yes.
We had some flee, or was that before? That was before.
There were none successfully
survived.
escaped.
None survived.
Yes.
There's some
Well,
like
they could easily surmise
pause
where we
and went
came
the other
from.
direction or something like that.
I was almost beginning to miss the dungeon. Now
Miss it no more, friend.
yes.
Excellent
Nevertheless,
news.
it's good
No
to have
horrible.
you along.
Monacan, I would like you to roll a listen check. Give me that. Actually, no. What's his listen number?
His listen number is 4 and 6.
Well, the great news is that Monacan does not hear any kind of approaching horrors in response to the flailing and shrieking which just ensued.
That is.
One turn passes. Thank you, John. What do you do now? You can see that the hallway you're in extends to the west, to the limit of your light source, and that there are 3 doorways to the south at various levels of proximity to you.
Just to double check, the page that says Otherworld NPC retainers that has just 4 NPCs on it. That's what we got right now. Is that correct?
Yes, I have arranged it so that only the 4 retainers who are with you at this time
I appreciate that.
visible. You're welcome.
So
I
there's
also
like
like not
10
having
of
to
us
think about
total.
the others. Yes.
Okay. Well, there's the door that's just up ahead that we've been down before. There's also a door that's a little further ahead that, to my knowledge, we have not opened. So my suggestion would be to bypass the door that we've explored already and try a new one. Agree? Okay, so yeah.
I think would it be wise to just peer inside, make sure that nothing has moved in?
Well, the door's closed now, right? Like it closed itself.
Which door?
That was-
The one
The
immediately.
one immediately to our left. Yeah. How do I ping?
Yes, that one is closed. Click and
Oh, I
hold.
can just ping.
Or
Okay,
you can
cool.
right click and it should show you ping everyone or focus ping,
Got
which
it.
allows me to move your camera.
So that door being closed means that it's like just trying to peek down it will require opening it up, which is a whole another potential for traps, another potential for ambushes. So my suggestion would be to just kind of bypass it and accept that there is a risk that something comes up behind us and try for this door. Do we agree? Okay. If we don't agree, then we can try this door. We can open this door and just.
Your caller. It is your choice.
It is, yeah.
Well,
I'm a big fan
yeah.
of the caller, you know,
All right. Well, I
just
mean,
doing what he wants to do.
They can tell.
Alright,
they
well-
can fight you if they want to. You can
Yeah.
be decisive.
I think
and
we
they
should.
will-
Okay, then I think we should. I think we should bypass the closed door in case it's trapped again,
All right. No one puts
and
up
try
a
for
fight.
this new door.
What are you afraid of, Perdiri?
An
Okay.
exposed flank.
Yeah, it's reasonable. It's reasonable to be concerned that people will come up behind us. But one way, like if we don't molest that door, then it could be possible that they won't know we're here. But nothing is certain, so we're just gonna have to wing it.
There is
I
a
bet-
door for you. The nature of the doors here are, as ever, they look to be made of sturdy oak, reinforced by bands of iron.
And is this one also? Does it seem locked? Does it seem stuck?
It does not have an obvious locking mechanism, but it does seem stuck fast.
I'm thinking of my weak baby telekinesis that might protect me, but it's also pretty weak. I guess I could just try, right?
You certainly can.
All right. Do I just roll a 1d20 or I add the modifier?
I mean, I need you to tell me what it is you're even doing before you roll.
I am gonna try to just put this door open and basically make use of the fact that I am a little farther from my hands than most people to
All right.
protect me.
You do not have enough strength in your telekinesis to leverage open this door.
Okay, understood.
So, are we? Let's not forget that Manak and Cannon should be listening and at these doors. And
Okay, we shall we'll spend a turn examining the door and behind it, or does that take 2 turns to both listen to it?
it's
And...
2
Let's say it
turns for the full treatment, but that's up to you if you want to spend that whole time. But sorry, Richard, I interrupted you. I think
No, not at all.
listening is a turn, and checking for traps is another turn. So
I think we should check. I think we should check for traps.
all right.
All right. You spend a
That-
turn searching the room for traps.
No. The door, right?
The door for traps. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Remind me his target number.
He's at a 40% for that.
All right. You examine the door closely. You do not see any obvious mechanism by which it could be rigged to a trap. It's possible that there is something on the other side that's improvised, but you don't see anything along the bottom or the top or the sides. There's no space for a mechanism more complicated than like a, I don't know. There could be something balanced on the other side that such that when you open it, you knock it over. But aside from that, nothing.
Like a bucket of beetles.
The bucket of beetles was a little more fussy. Like there was a
Another-
little bit of clever engineering involved there. Like you opened the door, that bumped a chalk that was holding back something that was keeping the bucket suspended. It flew down and smashed against you. Like someone put some time into that one.
It was like the
Nothing-
limited goblin ingenuity there.
Yes, goblins are not. Goblins are not stupider than you. They're just worse than you.
In every way.
Let's not examine that.
Like
Can we
as
kick it
people-
open?
Do you want to?
I would-
Certainly,
I
it looks
think
like
we
you
should
could.
just. I mean, I think that we should kick it open. Yeah, I don't have any smart ideas. Sorry.
All right, it's allowed. Who wants to kick it? God, I love it when people kick doors. Roll strength, man. Roll that 1d6.
All right. 1d6. 2.
Boom! Door opens. Nothing bad happens.
Yay! All right.
So here is a
Ready, roll.
summary of what you see. This room contains a collection of smashed wooden boxes and chests in various states of disarray. At a glance, there is nothing of obvious value.
False bottoms on the chests.
Do you want to spend a turn rummaging through the room?
Yes.
All right. Everyone who's rummaging, how many people are rummaging? The whole gang of 6 of you?
Someone should guard.
Somebody ought to
Or Gary will
keep
guard.
watch.
I have slightly better eyes, so I can keep watch.
All right.
Like they're not. It's not dark vision, but his eyes are a little better.
Then Perdiri and Pasling will support you in that.
All right. So that means there will be 7 searchers. One of
That
which
seems
is
reasonable.
Monacan. So 6 people who aren't Monacan, and then 1 person who is Monacan. So-
Okay.
Okay, and Monacan discovers under. So you have to dig through a bunch of rubble to find what you're looking for, because this is a place in significant disarray. It looks like this place used to be a storage room, and then someone went aggressive in here with a big hammer or mallet or axe. Everything is smashed up. And it
real
looks
bad
like
day.
most of what was taken. But you also find a small. I'm trying to think about how best to describe this. You find a little tin of balm. And now when I say a little tin of balm, I'm saying tin because that's an understandable form factor. It's actually made of ceramic. So it is a little ceramic container about the size of a deck of cards, which, when opened, contains a waxy substance that smells medicinal.
Like an unguent.
Yeah, an unguent.
Interesting.
It is not immediately obvious what it is to any of you.
Okay, tell me about the box.
I'm gonna need a more specific question. You mean like the tin that contains the
Yeah.
unguent, or
Yeah, the ceramic
it
container.
is a small red terracotta dish, like the sort which it's about 3 inches in diameter and maybe an inch deep. The lid is a separate piece of fired pottery. It's decorated with abstract patterns associated with elder eras of Albionese civilization.
Okay. All right.
Hmm.
I'll tuck it away.
Yeah. Let's put that in the loot. Put that in the loot file.
Ceramic unguent.
So you spend a turn searching for things. You also spent a turn looking for traps. Okay, so now we're caught up. So it's been 5 turns so far, if I remember correctly. You are now in the room which you have searched thoroughly. What next do you do?
Do we want to look for hidden doors, or do we just want to move on?
I think we're done with this room, it seems.
I'm trying to get a sense of can we move the token a little bit to see if the other doors, hallway, like if there's basically room between these rooms to hide, like a closet between them, if there was a hidden door on its right side?
You don't know the extent of the
Okay, I can't
door
actually
of
tell.
the other room over here, so that one's not open.
No, that's on its right side because we do know the geometry of that hallway. It looks like there is a little bit of room between them, but that doesn't really tell me anything. I'm not willing. Let's put a pin in that, like in regards to whether there's secret doors here,
Okay.
and let's just go for the regular doors that we got.
Okay. What is your
So,
next
yeah,
destination?
I suggest that we just go a little to the west down the hallway and just try the next door. Nice and simple.
More will look at the ceiling, and Pruderia will look at the floor.
All right. The ceiling of this place deserves a moment of explanation. But only a moment, because it is a very generic dungeon ceiling. It looks like this place was made of straightforward stone, mostly dry stone, with some mortar. The floor was once cobblestone, but has been worn down until it is almost paper smooth by the passage of many, many feet over time, or perhaps a few feet, wandering in circles for aeons.
Wow.
You move to the next door.
So it's a good distance from the first one.
Yes. This door is also of oak, iron banded. There is not an obvious mechanism by which it may be locked. No, that's not true. This This door has a excellent looking lock.
Oh,
Yes.
More furniture.
Monacan will do his thing.
Monacan pauses. And then he opens the lock the same way he did the last time he opened this door.
Oh. Okay.
I remember this now. I'm not going to forget that lock. You remember this. Magnus and Monacan likely both remember this door.
We do?
Wait,
Well,
we've been here?
Magnus has. You haven't. Actually, shit, has Monacan been here? I know Magnus
Don't tell
has.
them that.
No,
I'm not-
they'd recognize it. We hunker down here
thought
for
this
Not
was completely
everyone
new.
has a data group.
Oh, wait. Now I remember. This is where that dude exploded in the hallway. I think, right?
Rings a bell.
Yeah. Well, he like spilled his jars all over himself when on accident, and then he blew up.
Approximately how long ago was this?
This few months in real
Mhm.
time. Yeah, the door. I don't have much. We might want to actually look at the actual maps we have here.
Well, I mean, if you don't remember, your character might not either.
Well,
You want to take
Our characters are professionals.
Magnus has a lot on his mind.
You
Um,
want to take a moment to rummage through your maps?
yeah, I think that's good. Let's look here.
Do you want to do that in the hallway or in the room?
I think we should go in the room,
The room seems more defensible.
secure, close the door.
Can we
Um,
close the door without it relocking? Well, I mean, he could just open it. So fuck it, sure.
All right, where do we collect these things here? I think they're pinned, are they not?
The party gathers around the collected transcriptions of Flanagan.
I'm looking for the. Hang on.
Dang it. Somebody find those maps. I gotta go.
Well, here's the thread of the maps.
Yeah.
I basically found as many threads as the previous mapper made, like as many as I could find, and I just dumped them all into this thread. Or rather, I think I dumped them into like the regular chat, and then Ross put them in this thread. Rather.
Yes. I need to nip away a moment to go to the restroom while you guys rummage through spend a turn rummaging in character through your maps. Be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not seeing anything here that looks the same, but maybe I don't know.
I shall also pee.
Okay.
These look like big teeth.
They certainly look like. Well, some of them look sort of fang-like. Other ones just look like bones.
Yeah, bones,
Yeah.
but kind of like extracted teeth.
Snapped
Yeah, maybe a
femurs.
little bit. Is that like a dog bowl in the corner?
Or a pot. A vase.
So, like, real
I'm
talk,
not-
how well do you remember this?
This is before my time.
Oh.
I'm not
I'm
seeing.
not seeing anything like this.
Oh wait. Maybe this one. Hang on. The one that says under the mausoleum 2. Let me I'll paste the link in the main chat. Is it this one?
Huh. Ooh,
I think it is.
good eye.
I think it is. I think the room to the
Good
south
eye.
is down to mausoleum 3. And then there is an unopened door to the left that looks to have a locked symbol on it. Or some sort of symbol. But I believe that is the map. I'm going to grab a soda real quick. Since oh, wait, Ross is back. You're back.
We're all taking turns bringing liquid into us, taking liquid out of us. The cycle of life continues.
I'm even putting liquid on me because I don't have AC like you do.
It's so
Like
hot out
he's
here.
he's got an AC window unit in his room, but I don't, so I'm just spritzing myself with water.
So we have those sliding doors because no one in Seattle wanted to admit we'd ever need air conditioning. So I just bought a big slab of home insulation foam, cut an AC-sized hole in it, cut it to fit my window, and I just wedged it in my window frame and then wedged the AC through that.
And
Because
for various reasons, it doesn't feel appropriate to do that with my room.
Yeah,
Mainly
it's
because like he's got like a balcony out. He's got like a little balcony out there, basically. So like if he messes up and it falls down 1 feet, and for me it falls down 4 stories.
okay.
Sorry
It
about
has
that. I
been
had to answer the door.
no problem. We're all taking turns getting pulled away.
Yeah. So basically, while I'm mapping, I just wrote down in this area under the mausoleum 2 with the circle around the 2.
Yeah.
In the
Right.
hopes that will remind us.
So we're looking at bones strewn about in here.
Yes. Let me give you a better description of the location. So there are only a couple things here which are really noteworthy. First, there's a lot of dead rat skeletons here in various states of decay. Actually, no, they're only in one state of decay, which is decayed down to mummified desiccation.
Okay.
And secondly, there is a old brass pot from which, as you approach it, emanates a really impressively rancid smell. And if you hold your torch over it, you'll see that within it there is a thick layer of some sort of resinous material at the bottom, which instinctively you know you should not approach.
Is this a toilet?
No, you don't think it's a toilet, but whatever it is, it's gross.
Someone's old dip can.
Spittoon.
A
Yeah.
spittoon.
Perderi will chuck a lit torch into it from across the room.
This Gatorade's brown.
Roll a d20.
For the Gatorade comment?
No, for
No.
the torch cost.
Wait,
Maybe should have.
who's rolling a
I-
d20?
I'm throwing a torch into it, a lit torch
Oh.
into it.
Oh
All
my
right.
god.
So the torch lands, knocks it over. It
Oh.
spills across the floor, which is gross. And there's a dull clank from within it.
Inside the
Oh,
brass pot.
Yes.
Perderi will wrap his cloak around his face and move over to stepping around the material to lift the vase and pour it out in a
Okay.
swath, so whatever comes out goes spinning free.
All right. A small chain with some kind of gemstone on it. The material of the chain and the gemstone are not rootable under the current lighting conditions and its current level of uncleanliness, but you found some kind of jewelry object.
I'm going to sprinkle wine on it, see if we can clean it off.
Ooh, it's got a nice luster to it. That looks like it might be valuable, actually. Is this hint of gold, sparkle of red?
We should have it identified before we try to sell it. But yes.
Hey!
Are you going to bring it into your inventory?
Has the wine done a fair job of cleaning it?
It's no. You probably want to wipe it down with something, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's helping.
He'll take whatever wrapping his last ration was in and wrap it in that.
That'll work. You now have
tap it on the floor and then wipe it down.
you now have a gross treasure.
So if this map is correct, then what's through that door to our south is down to Mausoleum 3.
The door to your south is closed.
I think we actually came up.
Staircase down to some godforsaken thing.
Yeah, we actually came up that way back in the day, if I remember correctly. And we made our way out into the hallway that we just entered the room from.
Is there any
But-
reason to go back down that way, or do we need to go back and explore
In my
New-
opinion, we should open unopened doors.
A turn
That's just
passes,
my
by the way.
opinion.
So go up north?
Is there really anywhere north to go? Oh, you mean
Back-
you just back into the hallway, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like on this map there is a door to our west that had not been investigated previously. But I don't know much about what's in the Mausoleum 3. Gotta find that on the list. Okay, this one's under the Mausoleum 1. Okay, this one's unlabeled, but this is I will post in the chat. Yeah, so down the stairs would be this one that I just posted in Otherworld Adventures. So that's the purple worm. Don't know anything about that, but presumably it's a purple worm.
Peloton has never seen a purple worm.
Sounds really interesting, but also deadly. I assume it's hostile and that you had to flee from it.
We did. That's how we learned a lot of things, and Magnus
Okay.
became a part of the mushroom network for a little while.
Yeah, and there's all sorts of illusions and invisible structures down there also. But what I don't know is where there's any treasure.
Want to clear this level first before maybe?
Yeah, well, there's a door just to our west that does not have anything listed on the map, so I don't think it was investigated. So let's just try that next, and then think of our next move, just so we're doing stuff instead of just thinking about it. So yeah, I'd say we go back up into the hallway just to our north, and then we go west to the door there, which I believe had been bypassed previously for some reason because it's not on the map.
All right.
And
Do you
then
close the
we'll
door behind you, or do you leave it open?
Close.
Okay.
I might have missed it if it was answered, but it was the path much farther to the west down the hall explored previously?
The one much farther to the west, there is a lot of mapping there. So much
there's
farther-
a turn
the
to
one-
the south, but if you just keep heading
Okay,
west,
if we just keep going west, well, I don't see a map like that. So yeah, I think that could be a viable strategy. We could try that next too.
For the moment, you are before
Let's
this
do it.
door. Oh, do you want to just keep going west then, or go through the door?
I want to check this door first.
Okay. What do you want to do before you simply open the door?
Check it for traps.
All right, Monacan, any objections?
No.
All right, it's a 40% chance, yes?
Yes.
Okay. He spies no. So first important thing about this door, it does have a high quality lock mechanism on it. So there is space where there could be some sort of sophisticated trap, and he didn't see it. But as far as he can tell, no traps.
And is it locked?
It is quite locked.
I think that we should just open it without trying to listen, and the reason for that is that whenever we spend extra time stationary, then something could come up on us. So I feel like the risk
Yeah, but we
reward kind of is
still
kind of a
have to try
wash
to-
there. So
but
just
it's not-
go quicker. Pardon?
You're right. It's not unlocked though. So
Right.
it has to be.
We still got to pick it.
yeah.
And by one of us, I mean Monacan.
All right, we'll get to it.
All right.
What's your percentage chance?
Same as finding it. So 40%.
For a long time, you do not think you are going to be able to successfully open it at all. At the last moment, at the end of a solid 8 minutes of fussing with this mechanism and failing and trying and failing and trying, you do get it to pop open. At which point, you believe you can now open the door if you wish.
I will
Do you
step
wish-
back.
Okay.
Hmm.
Which of your friends is going to open the door?
I'll hold Golden Spear and kick it.
Hey.
Nice. I respect that. Roll a strength check. Actually, you know what? No, you don't even have to. It's not locked. It's not sealed that tightly. What you do? So let's see if they are surprised.
Ooh.
They are not. They are not
Oh.
surprised. Let's see if you are surprised. Roll me a 1d6. Because you were so decisive and aggressive, I'm gonna give. You're only gonna be surprised on a 1 this time.
All right.
All right.
No one
We're
is
not
surprised. However, there are some rats. Roll initiative, please.
It's 1d6 again, right?
Yes.
We win.
Your team goes first.
Kill 'em.
First, here is what you see. There is a swarm of rats, each one about the size of a keg of wine. Actually, each one is about the size of a small hunting dog, the sort you'd use to chase down, pheasants or whatever. And each one looks profoundly hungry. They regard you as edible and react immediately with a ravenous hunger to eat you. There is no possibility of discourse here. You are made of food, and they need that to live.
Kill him.
Okay. Is anyone going to cast a spell?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and cast a magic missile with multiple targets.
All right. So give me just a moment. I have to set up a thing.
How many of them are there?
Well,
There are at least
I can see 9.
there are at least 12, but you suspect there are more. You don't know how many more.
Are they one hit dice?
They are one-hit die creatures. Your fighters can go ham on them.
Right.
And we will.
Okay. Any spells? Going once. Going twice.
Other than the one I said.
So
Yeah.
you can cast magic missile on multiple targets.
You can, yes. You can splay it across.
Yes.
Okay. Then Magnus will do that as well.
All right. Step 1. Who is closing to melee?
Praderi will move to block the door. I don't know that he would step through.
So I have about that. He kicked open the door. Did you kick open the door and step through, Ulfkel?
I guess his momentum would have. If it kicked it in, yeah, I kicked it in.
Okay.
You're like in the doorway.
All right. Well, let me back up a step. Ulfkel, do you want to hold the doorway, or do you want to get in there and start stabbing everything that moves?
I want to jump in there and attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ulfkel is taking an aggressive stance. Are you going to follow his aggressive stance, or are you going to try and hold the door behind him?
He will move through. Pasling will instead hold the door.
All right. Ulfkel.
With her pole
Sorry.
arm.
Glorpert, are you going in an aggressive stance as well?
Yes.
I figured you would. That's your style. All right. All right. You guys have initiative. If you guys are attacking, please make one attack for each of your fighter levels, as these are one-hit die opponents. Their armor class is
Like 12 or
12.
something?
Yeah, 12.
Excellent. 16 damage.
Ulfkel kills 3.
Oh wow. Ones on those. I got a 2, a 2, and a 7 damage.
All right.
Do any approach within spear range of Pasling?
We'll find out in a second. Is he holding his ground to attack them as they approach?
Pasling's in the doorway. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll come back to that in a moment.
Also, in fairness, to out myself, I have to occupy an entire grid by myself.
You're
Because
getting in
your
there. You're going
sword?
wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so you roll. What's his to hit? Do those all 3 hit?
Yes. It's
Nice.
a 2, a 2, and a 7.
All right, so 2, kill, and a kill. So Ulfkill kills 2. Ulfkill kills 3. Glorpert kills 2. Praderi kills 1. And 2 come within reach of Pasling. So give me 2 shots from Pasling. All right,
Just one of them for 1 damage.
All right, Pasling does not kill one, but she does wound one. All right, now let's see some magic missile. Wait, no, now it's my turn to attack. First, the ones which attack.
Is Dobby able to club some?
Yes. Yeah, roll for Dobby, but Dobby only gets 1 attack.
Okay. No.
No, yeah, nothing for Dob. All right, so vulnerable parties include Glorpert, Dobby, Ulfkel, Prederi, and Pasling, which is 5. There are currently how many still surviving?
With Glorpert kind of moving in and with Ulfkel moving in, Perderi would have pushed as far into the room as he could.
Okay. Are you trying to claim attacks that would have otherwise targeted someone else for yourself?
Possibly.
Who are you trying
Yes.
to protect?
I will try to protect.
Your lord and king.
Yeah. Sorry. Glorpert kind of set himself up as the second priority.
That's fine. Okay, so first, some attacks from... So 3 attacks target Prederi. 1 of them will hit, and it does
It
natural
will
20.
not hit. It will. Oh, dang it! I'm about to say I can parry to 21 now.
Yes, sorry, but a natural 20 is still just barely manage it. He takes 1 point of damage, though, so it's not a huge problem. Unless I roll a number right here, which I don't. Okay. So Prederi, Ulfkel is targeted once. That hits AC 14, which I don't think hits Ulfkel.
No.
All right. 1 targeting... 2 targeting Pasling. Is Pasling's AC 18 or lower?
Pasling is using a shield and plate. Pasling's AC is 17. She
All
can.
right, they take a point of damage.
Yeah.
All right, and now Glorpert is also targeted by 2. Glorpert, is your AC below 15?
Yes.
All right, Glorpert takes 4 points of damage, as he is once again beset by horrible little animals.
Glorpert, get better armor, man.
I got this sword
is-
now.
The sword is pretty fun. It's doing some work. And now, spells go off. First, Sultan, you declared first, so let's hear your magic missiles.
All right, gonna target 3 ones, possibly 3, like starting with damaged ones.
Understood.
I'm not sure which ones. Here we go. So that's a 3, a 3, and a 3, damage wise. They automatically hit.
Kill, and not a kill.
Okay. Frame.
All right.
All right.
3, 4, 4.
All right. That is a kill, and a kill.
Nice.
There are only 5 remaining. Under normal circumstances, they would be rolling a morale check to see if they could continue the combat at all, but they are mad with hunger and will not be doing that. Instead, they have decided that they will be eating something before they die, and it might be your skin. Please roll initiative.
We lose this one.
All right. The rats are going. There are only 5 rats remaining. 2 of them are going to target AJ first.
Yep.
I think those are both going to miss. One is going to target. One is going to target Ulfkel. That is a 13, which I believe will be a miss.
Yeah.
Okay. One will target Glorpert, which will miss with an 11, and one will target Pasling, which will miss with a 12. You may now massacre the remaining 5 rats. Please roll all of your attacks.
Perderi's having a bad day.
Prederi, you are not impressing the girls today, Prederi.
I hit 1 for 8 damage.
Nice. And Ulfkill takes 1 out. So that's 3 kills.
One attacked Pasling, right?
Yeah.
So
If there's any left, I could try to constrict it. What do I actually roll to constrict? Is it the same as my bite? Because I've actually got a significant bonus. Like I've got a significant attack bonus on my bite, and I'd be surprised if the constriction is similar.
All right.
That's some
Uh,
random.
okay.
Yeah, Perdari Slays. Fortunately, it's not going to come. I can put off that decision a
Yes.
little longer because there are no more rats remaining.
Okay. Nice work.
So now that you have a moment to observe your surroundings without focusing exclusively on the rats which are trying to eat your eyes, I can describe the room a little bit. This room looks like it might have once been a pantry. You can tell from the nature of the shelving on it and the large empty bags and the tremendous quantity of rat excrement.
Mm.
On the interior of the door, which you opened, let me turn to a milder music. Less combat, more dungeon ambiance. On the interior of the door, there is a knife set deep into the wood. And clinging to the knife are the skeletal remnants of a hand. Clinging to the hand are the skeletal remnants of an arm, and fortunately it stops there.
A dark way to go.
Owen will cast Detect Evil.
Owen's magical light, magical senses take hold. This entire area, like this whole region smells faintly of evil. You are in the shallows of the chaos pits. But there's no particular spike of evil in his perception. Okay. A turn passes in the wake of the combat. Do you wish to search the room and the rat excrement for any special treats?
Monakan's going to take a look at that
I can. First off, we examine the dagger, of course, and we can at least. I can sort of like poke at it with my telekinesis without getting filthy.
Mm-hmm. You remove the dagger from the door with some difficulty. The dagger appears to be of solid construction, but nothing mystical. It's rusted in places, which is kind of a dead giveaway. It's probably not magical. But there's exceptions to that as well. But like it doesn't have any inscriptions on it. It doesn't have any fanciful content. It looks like just a run-of-the-mill knife, which brought its wielder to an unusual fate.
Is the arm wrapped in anything special or just tatters?
Like tatters of tendon, mostly.
How is Glorper doing? Because Dobby wonders if he needs curing.
Yeah, I'm at half my hit points. If I take 2 really serious hits, I'll be out. But I have,
Dobby will
9 hit points.
Can we move the party icon inside so we can see the extent of the room?
Yeah, sure. 1 sec.
Oh, I can just do that. Okay, so it's just there's nothing else here.
It's about 50 feet by 30 feet.
Perhaps the previous party choosing not to enter this was the good call.
Let's heal you up, Glorper.
Okay. So Monakan's doing some searching. Is anyone else doing searching?
I'm doing searching because I can do it without getting dirty.
All right.
Perdari and Pasling will hold the door.
All right. I will roll a search check for Tolotin, and I will roll a search check for Sultan, and I will roll a search check for Monakan.
Moore and Owen will help search.
Okay. Owen finds under a layer of rat filth a discarded symbol of the demon whose name we are avoiding saying out loud. The bird guy with too many eyes and too many legs. Doesn't look to be made of any particularly valuable material. It looks to be brass, blackened brass. But, steal that, destroy it, use it for some sort of magical shenanigan. Or just leave it there on the ground. Many options abound. Monakan does not find anything of value and is pretty sure that this room contains no particular value. Though, I mean, you found what looks like a pretty expensive piece of jewelry in a filthy spittoon, so who knows? Well, Monacan has an instinct for these things, and he'd
Yep.
be pretty surprised if there's a bunch of treasure in here.
He waits impatiently by the door, whispering quietly to Magnus, who nods in return and whispers even more quietly in return.
Once again, Rappan Athuk is like, chooses.
One room is full of rat skeletons. The other one's just full of rats. That's curious, but maybe we should move on.
Yeah.
They probably have a way of getting from one to the other, and I'm not totally sure why they would do that, but that's just how it is. All right, this was a bust. Sorry, boys.
They can't all be gems. To your west, the hallway extends, I think, just past the limits of your vision. About 120 feet. Yeah, just past the limits of your vision. And there's also a doorway to your west-southwest.
Oh, sorry. I think the real payout is discovering that you now know that by boat and with about a day of travel, you can get directly to the purple worm lair.
Yeah, that was a big
And
reason I wanted to go overland, just
and
to
that's
learn
like
as a learning experience.
accessing the Chaos Temple. That area hasn't even been secured or explored yet. I mean, there's like that whole area. So
Yeah. Do we want to keep going to the west, or do we want to? Is there any spot that we could loop back to look? Like, what's our next step?
I vote west because we need to know what is there first. Yeah, we need to know, like, is that a door or is that opening up into a cave? Like, we need to know what that avenue
I agree. Let's go west.
It might be a big loop.
might be. A loop.
Potentially,
Yeah.
I'm also trying to reconcile these various different maps that were made at different times. But speaking of looping, I'm just not sure when it gets back to other stuff. Oh wait, though this one wouldn't. Never mind. I was misreading this. There's like a 3-hour walk in between one thing and another thing.
Do you go to the west from here then? Past the
Yes.
door? Okay. You advance. You see that this opens into what looks like another chamber. You cannot yet see the northern or southern faces of this chamber in detail. There is a tremendous amount of this room looks like, but you do see what looks like it might be a campsite, with a very ancient remnants of one over here in the southwesterly corner. There is also a very large metal spike, just sort of sticking out into the corridor here, it's about 5 feet long. It just big chunk of rusty iron, ending in what looks like a really sharp point, and it's just poking out into the corridor for no obvious reason.
I mean, like it burst through the wall.
Or someone,
No.
or maybe someone
Yeah,
drove it
it
into
looks
the
like
ground.
No, it looks like it was intentionally mounted here. It's like there is just a big. It's like someone decided, you know what this room needs? You know what I need in my life? A very hazardous spike that I can walk into by accident and hurt myself on.
I think we should
that, but we should pause here and let Monacan check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monacan, how do you
Because
feel
detect
about
evil
getting
should.
Oh yes,
Also,
detecting
detect evil is still
Yes.
active.
There is no supernatural evil emanated from the spike. It does not appear innately aligned with chaos in any way, but it does appear sharp and kind of gross.
Okay, so I guess we send Monacan first. and
Well,
then
I have another. Well, hold on. I have another question about it, which is, how high up off the ground is it mounted?
About 4 feet off the floor.
And
Or so level.
it's definitely mounted on the wall. Like
Yes.
there's no.
This
So
was-
it's not
It
extending.
looks like it is a large piece of metal which was put through a intentionally mortared hole in the wall. Like someone got an augury bit and tediously drilled a hole in the wall, and then got this huge spike and put it in the hole in the wall, and then mortared it in position so that it would be very solidly fixed in space so that you could use it for pull-ups or
Or
whatever it
stick a
is you
guy-
do with a big death
yeah,
spike.
Stick a guy on.
I mean, the most obvious thing is that there's a mechanism there to like stab, but it's also a little obvious.
I can
Yeah.
actually tell you straight off, it doesn't look like there is a mechanism in place to stab. Looking at the thing, it looks mortared in position.
Is there a socket on a different surface for it?
Yeah,
that's
are
about the same
there
size?
more holes?
It does not look like there is a corresponding hole on the opposite wall or adjacent wall.
Is it bloody?
Take
Looks
a close
bloody on the
look.
map.
Yeah, actually, there some of what you thought was rust is actually very ancient dried blood, though not a lot of it. It looks
mean-
like which is understandable because like
If you want Monarchin to spend a turn examining it, that's fine. I'm not-
Maybe-
I think this is very mysterious. I think that we should have him examine it.
Maybe they butchered stuff in here.
God, maybe. I mean,
Maybe.
It's actually
Weird.
a pretty good thought.
I have another torch that I could throw in there into the room if we need additional light. Additionally, Detect Evil has a range of 120 feet. I don't know if there's anything in there that might be.
let me verify that I am not leaving.
Zolatin would like to volunteer to like kind of float into the room and give it a good look over, because it's been a while since he was the first person to be brave.
It's appropriate to take turns risking your life.
Okay.
He won't touch any pressure plates.
Yeah, and there's no
First
door
off,
here, so that compensates for his
detect
weak
evil.
baby arms.
Okay.
Yes.
Detect Evil does not detect any unusual spikes above the baseline level of Faint Evil. Ross, you had a thing.
Yes, thank you. Dobby, you said that you did some healing. I'm sorry, I missed that amount.
Oh, did you roll or should I?
You should roll D6 plus 1.
Okay.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Oh, yes.
All right.
6.
Nice.
Wow.
Very good.
Plus
The
1.
light, the light favors
Good
our
to
man
go now.
Glorpert.
Obviously.
Okay.
Bless our friend Glorperi.
Speaking of
He's,
those,
he's
the
the
light
king's
favors,
champion.
Zoltan is sticking his floaty head into the chamber. Am I understand correctly that is the
Yes.
thing that is happening? You can peruse the exact dimensions of the chamber. It
Good.
is about 90 feet from one end to the other and about 50 feet deep. While this is going on, Monarchin, I'm going to roll a 40% chance for him. He determines with extremely high confidence that this iron spike is not associated with any kind of mechanism whatsoever. It is a sharp piece of metal which someone has mortared into position to serve as a ambient tripping hazard, or a thing you can get drunk and hurt yourself on. It is like
Cool.
forged in defiance of OSHA.
While they're doing that, can Ulfkel and Ulfkel go over there and poke around? If Dobby wants to go, anybody else? The camp area.
I'll go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
area.
I'm gonna state
I will
the
also
obvious
examine
that
It-
is
it's-
a very large bed.
It's now canon, by the way, that OSHA is the goblin's name for the light.
that.
I'm trying to decide how I feel about that. I'm going to come back to that idea.
It was a real gazebo moment you had there, Richard.
I hate you so much. Ah! Oh yeah, the bed is not actually 11 feet long, though it is about.
Okay.
It is actually pretty big. Like
Well, there's a lot of space here. No
the
reason
bed's
not
like-
to spread out.
the bed's like 8 feet long, and the nest is easily 11 feet long. So yeah, this is a large bed for a large man. So here are the things that you find cautiously poking around at the nest. First, some ceramic jars that look to be sealed with wax, white wax. Various bones, all very old, very dry. Some animal furs in various states of decrepitude, some of which look quite nice, actually. A big chunk of solid gold.
Oh, one of these things is not like the other.
A small coin purse that jiggles slightly when you touch it, and a moldering book bound in leather.
Here you go, Magnus.
Wait. Are you picking up the book?
Is who
Um,
picking up the book?
Is Ulfkel picking up the book? to hand it
Ulfkel is rooting around with in the nest with a gold spear,
back? Okay.
and he lifts up and says, "Look, Magnus." An ancient tome, a dusty old book.
Magnus, do you see the tome? Do you go wild with craving?
Well, I do, but not externally.
Okay. I'll never admit it.
Magnus carefully makes his way over. Oh, what have we here? I'm going to. Well, is there any? First of all, yes, he's going to regard it with great attention. Is it dusty? Is it covered with cobwebs, or is it mysteriously free of all
It is
corruption
covered
and
with
stain?
cobwebs. In fact,
Okay.
there is a kind of there's a gross patch where some sort of crufty biofilm is growing on the surface, and the
No.
leather is gradually being metabolized.
Oh, I remember when my eyes started bleeding because I picked something up off of a table that had some weird powder on it. So,
Well, one of the things you should know is that two things. First, that the book does not detect sharply of evil to Owanin. And second, that poison does not trigger detect evil, as it is merely a passive hazard. In much
Right.
the same way the spike doesn't, but can still kill you if you bumbled into it.
It's like I keep saying, poison can be good.
Could be bad, too.
But there's no other marking on it. Is there any lettering on the cover or the spine?
The spine is not currently facing you, but I assume that Ulfkel, are you going to nudge the book so that we can see it on the spine?
If you like, maybe I could try touching it because I've got like an extra like layer of distinction between my grasp and myself.
If you want to risk it.
Zolatan, that is. Yeah, Zolatan is willing to like carefully turn the book over and maybe try to pull it open. I got all the hit points. I'll be okay.
Sure.
Oh,
maybe.
Okay. You withdraw the book. So first, the surface of the book. The exterior of the book does not have any lettering on it. It appears to have been kept plain and unadorned. And unclaimed, too, which is unusual. When you open the book, it is immediately and unambiguously apparent to Monakin that this is a spell book. It is also immediately clear that much of it has been lost. A tremendous amount of magical doctrine is encoded in this book and has been despoiled by time and by rot. However, people build spell books tough for a reason, and he is absolutely certain that if he rummages through it, he'll find something good, or he'll be killed by poison. One of those two.
Yeah. I will. Still paranoid. I'll ask you to lay it in the.
Perhaps I could kind of drag it onto like a sheet, and then we could fold the sheet up around it.
I was gonna say my large sack here.
See, this is why you keep sacks. Sacks are
Yes.
good to have.
Yeah.
Kinda
But
adds
if you
to
just
this, like,
sort of
action.
put it on it,
Like on the sack, and then we fold the sack up more like an envelope.
well, I'm going to take a second to look at it here.
Sure.
I happen to have memorized read magic.
Really?
Oh,
Indeed.
For just
I
such
got
a
read
purpose.
languages, but not read magic.
I went ahead and grabbed both this time because, I don't know,
Okay.
dungeoneering.
So while he's reading the magic, which will take a little while, I'll give you guys some information on what the rest of what you found.
Big
First,
chunk of gold for starters.
yes, the big chunk of gold looks like it weighs about, do some quick math here, about 10 pounds, which is a pretty significant sum of money, even by the confusing economic standards of Dungeons & Dragons. It's a 400 GP lump of gold.
Hell yeah.
It's clearly the product of an actual mint. There are some signs on it of like ancient Albionese strike marks saying how heavy it is and how much it's worth.
So it's like an ingot, or like
Yes.
a talent.
Yes. The furs you found are of varying quality, but because we're already spending 10 minutes perusing the book, you are able to pick out the good furs from the bad furs, and you determine that you have 150 GP worth of beaver pelts. I'll write that down real quick.
Cool.
Gonna make a nice hat.
You know, if we're going to be serious about this king thing,
Oh, you're gonna make a cloak?
it would be good. Oh, no. We've already got our snake skins.
I don't think we
Wait, how
do,
many-
though. I think
How many people? Yeah, wait, hold on. Is there anybody left alive that wears the snake skins?
No,
Not who
well,
leaves town regularly.
um,
Is just like, have fun storming the castle.
You're right. No, I was thinking, but finding this lump of gold here, it puts me in mind that we may wish to begin minting our own coin. There's no better. Well, there are a few better marks of legitimacy. Of course, we would have to find the proper craftsman for that.
Well, there is the smith in town. Perhaps he could do with an expansion to his business as well.
yeah.
If he's trustworthy.
I've heard that he is.
Is he on the peninsula? And then in that case, he's he's a picked man, approved by Father Blumbad, right? Definitely not chaotic or anything.
Fair enough.
If he's been there for a while, because Father Blumbad like hangs out on the port, like detecting evil on everybody that comes in.
Sounds more blacksmith than goldsmith, but I suppose we can't be picky.
To answer your snakeskin question, I think it's just Magnus, Father Bloombad, and Jay's character that are alive, that or the people that wore the cloaks, and our ranger friend.
Algar.
Yes.
Gone but not forgotten.
Where is he? What is he up to? It's hard to be sure. So, you have
Okay, so-
perused
Yes.
the spell. I have to look something up real fast, which I should have looked up a second ago.
Does it
but,
exist in Swords and Wizardry?
Yeah, it's one of those freaking things.
Yeah. I have the. Oh, I don't have the 1E PHB. I have the 1E DMG. So
Whatever, I'll check it later. So
Okay.
here's the important. Here is what you discover. First, there is a page here you cannot find. There is a secret page in this book which is concealed from you, and you can tell that it exists, but you cannot find it, which is exactly as uncomfortable and confusing to experience in person as you might imagine. It's like trying to look at a object which is sitting on your desk and being unable to figure out where it is.
you see
it's there.
Magnus like after several minutes
That's some
turn
strong mojo.
turn a page back and then forward again. Turn 2 more pages forward, 3 more pages back, and then start madly flipping through the book and noticing that everybody's looking at him, and he takes a breath and chills out.
Most of the book, here are the spells which you believe survive, which you are able to determine in this short time because you are using powerful magic to read them very quickly. There is a detect magic formula. There is a formula for the light spell. There is a formula for a magic missile. This is a novel formula, so your guys can take another shot at learning this formula instead of the old formula. There is a levitate formula. There is a hold person formula. That's it. I'll write that down real quick.
I got to
Person
read
is-
that.
Hold person's the only one among those that I don't know. All right. And then there's the mysterious missing page. I slide the book wrapped up in the large sack into the backpack.
All right, I'm going to roll a menacing d20 here to make you nervous. All
Good.
right. You have plundered this room as best as you can tell.
It's worth our time.
All right, so who is carrying... So, what's his name? Magnus has the spell book. Who's carrying the beaver pelts? Who's carrying the... Are you bothering to take the purse? Who's carrying the jars?
Wait, why would we leave the purse? Got money in
'cause
it,
it's
right?
Yeah, but it's like 19 silver and 62 copper. So
Distribute it to the poor.
Yeah.
Distribute it to largesse to the people.
I'll take the
Ulfkill
purse.
should
I
do
like
it
having pocket
himself.
change.
He needs to start processing through the town now. He's gonna
All
have
these
to
interesting
start.
shiny little coins. I love them.
He's gonna have to start
Yes.
blessing people, like
don't-
blessing marriages and babies and stuff like that.
you do have coins of Elder Albionese, of Elder Albionese make in your collection somewhere. John, you were waving emphatically. I assume you need something or have something.
No,
to say.
no, I was pantomiming the giving
yes.
out of
Largesse.
largesse.
Noblesse oblige.
Sowing your oats, as it were. All right, but who's carrying the jars?
Really?
Hasling and Perderi can carry. How many of them are there?
There are 3 sealed ceramic jars, each one large enough to hold 3 apples.
They will each carry one, and Owen will carry another.
All right. Jars look delicate. Well, delicate-ish. Just
Actually, more will carry the one that Perderi is carrying. So,
Alright.
my retinue has all 3.
Okay. They are sealed with wax. You don't know what's in them. All right. What next?
Let me check the map.
A turn passes.
Let's go back in that door back there. Check that
The one
door
that
out.
leads, the one immediately behind us that leads south to the
Oh,
to
you've
the
already
previous map.
Oh, you've already got it mapped out, and you're sure, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Well,
I mean,
if-
there's only one door in between the rats and where we are, right? The one southern door.
Yes.
Then it must be that. It must be that. And I'm examining the map to try to see if there's anything there that hasn't really been examined, but I don't really.
There's if we hook back around to the north along the paved area, and then there's the path that goes west from there, I believe, right?
Oh, I don't understand.
Let me look at the map.
we're talking about all the way around the other side of the dungeon to the south, where we fought the goblins.
Yeah, if you mean way back down south, then yeah, that makes sense. There's also another route south on the old
Is
map
south
that
the
says
top of the map?
bones. I'm sorry, say that again, please.
Is south the top of the map?
No.
What?
Top of the map is north.
So the map that you shared in chat, Test, that one, north of the tomb of. I need to zoom in further to see this better. But north of the tomb of where we fought the black skeleton, tomb of Sarachek, there were the doors along that passage to the west.
You've checked all those.
Yeah,
Those are
those.
the ones.
Okay.
We were now at the end of that corridor.
Oh, this is that corridor. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Did you think that we were like south of there and we're?
I thought
south
we
of
were in the south corridor. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we could do the inverse of that. We could go down south to that corridor. There is in fact a door down there that is just southwest of the tomb of Sarachek.
Yep. Yeah, and
And,
that's where we fought the goblins. Okay. Yeah.
I think that's our. Yeah, let's do that. So yeah, we'll have to force open another door in order to even get back to the tomb.
All right.
But we're just gonna have to do that.
Who is the strongest among you who will force the door, or do you want to do anything else clever with the door to make sure that it's safe to interact with?
I have
don't
a
know what people's
16,
strength
1,
ratings
and
are.
3.
I'm pretty sure Glorpert's the strongest.
Yeah,
among
Glorpert
us.
does.
Shall I roll a Glorpert? Or would you prefer to?
I'll do it. It's I suppose it would be apparent unless there was very offensive.
Magnus is pretty beefy,
Pass.
right?
I'm
Magnus
not
is
doing it.
surprisingly beefy.
Yeah, but I'm not doing it.
I've got great news. Nothing bad happens. The door pops open. It rattles on the hinges briefly. This area has seen some things. There
We
is
did some things.
Yes. So the north door is scratched. Trying to remember what happened. There was a key that you collected from this area, and I don't think you ever put it back. I think you guys still have the key that you took from this area at some
I
point.
do not remember the key.
It was all well before your time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant last time.
So I'm going to assume that for the moment there is no key here. There is a large chalk outline that Magnus recognizes as Algar's work, along with a clearly helpful diagram indicating that there is a pit trap here, and that
Oh,
there
this
are...
is a completely different door from the one I meant.
Oh, which one did you mean?
I thought we were going to go just southwest of the Tomb of Sarachek.
Oh,
Like-
okay.
Okay.
Uh,
But I mean, now that we're here, sorry, I didn't mean to completely interrupt you,
Alright.
but this was not the door that I anticipated. I couldn't see well enough to tell the difference.
who else did I bewilder with this one?
Okay, everyone else got it.
Okay. Anyway. I believe you guys have some memory of this region. What is this? Oh, okay, so that's the one you wanted to go to. All right. So you check through this door briefly and verify that it's fine. Then you close it
Yeah.
again.
And there should be just to the right of, like to our left, but to the right on the map, that would enter Mausoleum 1. And in the room with the bones, that leads to Mausoleum 3. And we're in Mausoleum 2.
I will spare you from jumping through the dice hoops again, since we are short on time. You go through this area. Some time passes as you traverse the dungeons safely. See how that goes. You are not interrupted as you scamper quickly down the halls, past the...
Past the tomb and the dead goblin, down to the other dead goblins.
The dead goblins are all gone. They have
Okay.
been retrieved or removed by some unknown party.
Ooh, this corridor is a little longer than I realized, which means that it might connect to the thing that is labeled bones on Mausoleum 2.
Yeah.
Maybe. I can't tell. Probably. I mean, it would make sense.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So, but while we're here, let us check this door that is right here in front of us that I'm picking.
Okay.
Let's do the old. Let's give it a search for traps.
Monacan, are you doing the thing, Monacan?
Yes, absolutely.
Let me describe the door first, or rather make sure that I'm not setting you up for anything weird.
I think Detect Evil is right on the end if it hasn't already expired.
There is no intense sensation of evil to the north. There is an unusually intense sensation of evil to the south.
To the south of where we are currently,
Yeah. Like,
Onan will make that known to...
Okay.
There may be opportunity to check for a trap or hidden door or something.
Monacan is able to determine that this door to the north is not trapped, nor is it locked. He's able to...
Okay.
Who wishes to... it does, however, appear to be stuck. Who wishes to punt it open?
That means it's got to be Ulfkel or Glorpert then.
All right.
Perderi can do it.
All right.
Okay, sure.
Perderi, give me a d6.
I've got a success in 1 or 2.
Nice.
2.
The door pops open, revealing an unusual encounter.
Nothing.
This room is completely empty. Now, when I say completely empty, most rooms in this place are effectively empty in that they are, at least game mechanically, open squares which you can maneuver through freely. This one has been swept clean, quite literally. Everything in it has been smashed and swept into a big pile in the northeast corner of the room. And you can see what is doing the sweeping, which is a animated broom. There is a broom which is casually just sweeping everything aggressively, gently and steadily into the northeast corner of the room. And when the pile becomes unstable and it slumps again, it starts sweeping up again. It appears to be operating tirelessly, and it looks like it's been operating without any pause indefinitely.
It'd be handy to have back at
Yeah, that'd be
Magnus's
great.
tower.
I don't
No
know
offense.
if we.
And
don't know if
you
we
don't
should
detect. You
antagonize
also
it.
don't detect evil from it. And now the
Any,
spell's on.
anybody
Okay.
got an axe?
I have a hand axe.
What happens if you chop it in two?
Don't just. I mean, it probably real. I mean,
Now, if I was
I get
Gary-
the reference, but it probably just breaks.
If I was Gary Gygax,
Oh,
that would have
no.
already happened, but I'm not because.
Oh no. No.
Do you guys want to check the rubble?
That sounds smart.
Yes.
All right. I hope it doesn't antagonize. us.
Uh,
I'll just.
Yeah, the broom is like sweeping that, so if we disturb it, I think there's a
Let's
chance.
do an
that-
experiment. Let's do an
Okay.
experiment. Just grab,
Somebody hold
like,
the broom.
Yeah, you could
Well,
just
let's-
grab it.
Well, no. I was gonna suggest, like, why don't we toss some debris over in the northeast corner of the room
Yeah. Okay.
and see what the broom does in response to that.
Yeah. Okay. Zolatan will float over and like get some dirt and just kind of like chuck it as a distraction to the east.
All right. I'm gonna say something stupid, but no. It works. It works exactly the way you would hope it would. The animated broom simply wafts over to the spilt dust and begins to sweep it away and back into the corner where it
Alright.
belongs.
While it's distracted, I will pilfer through the rubble and see if there's anything here that isn't just rubble.
I will roll a search check.
Dobby will
Um,
keep putting dirt clods to keep the broom busy.
This is the
Yes.
most wholesome fun you've had down here had here yet. This is the least
Yay!
like this is the only closest thing to a good time Dobby has had. It's like playing fetch. So you have time to rummage through the rubble, and to determine pretty conclusively that it's garbage. There's
Oh.
nothing in it that you can find. It looks like the only interesting thing in the room is the magic broom. What a bust.
Proderi will try
Uh,
to seize the broom.
Proderi seizes the broom. It ceases its struggling.
Proderi
What
will
happens if you just kind of like
mount
place
the broom?
Well, what?
Mount the broom
like a witch?
like a witch.
All
This
right,
is-
roll a
this is-
saving throw.
This is a Mercer chair.
Okay.
Let's move on
Oh.
as soon as we finished riding the broom. Although I don't know, maybe we can ride the broom. That'd be fun.
I think that's a.
Your dignity dignity is not sustained. You lose dignity engaging in this
Okay.
childish behavior. The broom does
Oh.
not lift you into the sky. The broom just sits there.
Proderi was carried away by the moment.
Not by the
But
broom.
not by the broom. Thank you.
We're all looking at you now. They're all.
Dobby's
looking
still
at
throwing
you.
dirt.
What
The,
happens What happens if
It
we
is-
set the broom in like in the corridor? Does it come back to life?
not at the well, no, and also it is not. It is no longer pursuing the dirt.
Oh,
So it's not worth anything now?
do we break it?
Well, if it's released, then it may. We'll figure that out back home.
Well, no.
Alright, so we're
Let's see
gonna
if it's
bring it-
broke. Let's
Okay.
just check. I mean, pop it back in the room and see if its enchantment's been
Yeah.
disrupted.
He releases it.
It falls over.
Ooh.
Oh, we broke it.
Let's bring it anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just because
Sad though.
yeah.
It's a Rappan Athuk broom.
Maybe
It's
there's
cool.
a command word or something. Who knows?
Could be.
Okay.
Dang, Magnus has his work cut out for him all of a sudden.
Yeah. Good. Okay, so should we be like calling it, or because there's two more doors I see right in front of us.
You don't want to open the door to the extreme unholiness.
Of course I do.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do it. We got 7 minutes. Let's get her
Before
done.
we do, is anyone okay with going maybe a little bit over if it's needed? Not planning
Yeah.
on it, but
Who has a rigid stop time tonight?
I'm probably not going to go very far over. So like if
Okay.
it's rolling 5-10 minutes, I'll probably.
Okay.
all right.
All right, let's do the thing.
All right.
Where we examine it, check for traps, and then open her up.
Alrighty. So, checking for traps at the door, yeah?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Okay. You are pretty confident that this door does not and probably cannot contain traps. It is a straightforward iron-banded wooden door with a pull handle. It looks to be wedged really deeply into position. It'll be hard to force open, but it does not appear to have any available space or mechanism by which it could be trapped.
Okay.
At least not in any innate mechanical way.
If it doesn't require a ton of strength, I will open it.
Okay. It definitely looks like it would require a ton of strength. This thing looks
Oh.
firmly
All right.
stuck.
Magnus,
Glorpert job.
Glorpert, and
I'm
Ulfkel,
not
let's
doing
kick
it. I'm not doing it. Magnus is not doing it. The
I'm too
simple-
important.
You're so stout,
mean,
Magnus.
If anyone asks him, he's just gonna. You see his shoulders rise once with a disdainful, single laugh.
Okay, Glorpert, on 3. Let's kick it.
Okay.
All right.
You guys do it together?
Yeah.
Okay. Just gonna roll 2d6. Actually, no. Both of you roll d6. Why am I taking dice from you? Do your thing.
Fail.
6.
All right. You kick hard against the door, and nothing happens. It is too firmly set.
For Darius'
Ouch.
opportunity to reclaim some dignity, he will attempt.
All right. Perderi moves to the door, and he attempts to reclaim his dignity.
Nope.
Okay, so here is what happens as Perderi is recovering from his attempt to kick it. The door opens outward, of course, and
Oh boy.
behind it is a immense figure, a humanoid at least 9 feet tall and 6 feet wide, clad in filthy hides in thick layers that kind of obscure his outline. His eyes, however, are narrow and beady, like a mouse's eyes, far, far too small for his face. And he blinks those beady little eyes. And then he sort of reaches behind him and works up the haft of a very large mallet. And then he smashes Perderi's head in with it, which I kind of expected you to say something about backing away. Perderi, what's your arbor class?
Is
20
anyone
against parry to
surprised, or-
21.
All right. Sorry, say again?
Is anyone?
He could. Go ahead.
No, which one
Was
were
there
you asking to
surprise?
say again? Yeah, was anyone surprised? I guess
I don't feel
probably
surprised.
not.
I was
They are
misreading. I didn't
definitely
realize
not
there was
surprised.
opportunity to pull away.
No, that's fine. We'll roll initiative now instead of me
Okay.
being a total dick. Okay, so here is initiative, and I'm going to turn on some fighty type music.
All right.
There are some other ogres behind him from the looks of it.
All right.
Fight combat music.
I was kind of waiting for the description to finish.
Sorry about that. There's a...
All right. Lesson
All
learned,
right.
perhaps. Maybe.
Roll her up.
All right.
He rolled a 5, so we need a 5 or a 6.
Oh.
All right. He goes
No.
first. So first, casting spells. Who is casting? No one is surprised. He was not surprised because.
Lightning
you-
bolt.
Okay, you start spinning up lightning bolt. Okay, is anyone else casting spells?
More will cast light the flashbang.
Okay. So Zoltan.
Zoltan will cast Phantasmal Force.
Okay. More.
More is casting light.
Okay. Right. So okay. First, he goes first. He is going to attempt to smash Perderi's head in.
Is that, sorry, do we have an opportunity for missiles? Can we, or is this thing?
No, he is right in your face.
Okay, but and there's no way to
Well-
shoot at something behind him, not high enough wall.
I know Monaka wants to take a shot. Go ahead and take a shot. You can take attempt to dink one of the ones behind him.
Okay. Well, I will dink him with this. How many of these arrows do I have? The magical ones? Is it 4? 6. Okay, I'm actually not going to use a magical arrow on this one. Hope that's okay with everyone. But
It's your call.
yeah.
Yep.
So.
Go quick. We're on a time budget.
Yep. Here we go. This is a 14 to hit.
That
Oh no.
will
No. Sorry. Yes, 14 to hit.
that will hit. So that does damage. I'm going to count this guy's damage up.
All right, 4 damage.
Okay. And then only one of them can attack you this round because it's the guy in front, and he's going to smack you with his big mallet, which does.
He has 2 attacks with the bow, right?
Yeah, I just.
Okay.
Yes. This.
12 was the second roll.
All right. The second one does not hit.
Okay.
gets caught up in the general fracas. Perderi, he is not going to hit you with his opening attack. Behind him, several other enormous figures with huge muscular bodies and beady little eyes scuttling behind them. And you can see the remnants of some scavenged goblin carcasses impaled, dangling on the walls. They have been fixed in place by big iron spikes.
So that's what those are for.
Yes.
I have a very important question, Richard.
Hit me quickly.
Okay, can we all see everything that we can currently see?
Yes.
Okay. That's all.
Like, yeah, you all have all the information you need to make decisions. Okay, and now, Perderi, you are in the front rank. Who is joining Perderi in hand-to-hand combat? All right.
Yeah. Actually can't fight. I'll just switch to
You'll be at a
I'll-
negative. You'll be at a negative.
No,
It's not that you can't. You just be at a -1
I'll
or
just
something.
use a halberd.
Okay.
Okay.
Pazling will move in behind Perderi with her spear.
All right. If you have an attack, roll it versus armor class 14.
Looks like a Glorpert hit there.
Yes.
Pazling hit for 2.
It's for
Max
9.
damage. Glorpert. Nice.
2 plus 9 plus. Okay. Glorpert punches a deep hit wound into the creature, scoring its face with his halberd. It cries out in furious anger. Previously it was annoyed, now it's murderous. Granted, it was trying to kill you before anyway, but nonetheless. Okay, that hits. No one else discussed it.
The shield of blinding, is that just like whenever he's attacked it goes off, or when can he trigger that?
It is a command word.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something you do. I need to clarify that. My assumption is that you do it effectively like a spell instead of an attack, or like comparable to activating a wand. But I need to review the description of it more closely. For now, sorry, John.
I assume there's too much obstructing Dobby from using a sling.
Much too much, yeah.
Okay.
He would barely have space to spin it up. All right, so that's your actions. Spells.
All right. Zolatan is going to try to cast Phantasmal Force, and it's going to be like a spinning blade that's like here, in order to try to channelize them so they don't try to crowd the door.
Okay.
Did Moore's light successfully flashbang or no?
Oh, right. I need to roll his saving throw versus the flashbang. He rolls a natural 20. I'm afraid.
Okay.
I can't like prove that.
I believe you.
I've got the filter on. Yeah. So he deflects it. You get his like brow ridge instead. So now he has a nice good view of you. So the Phantasmal Force. I'm gonna roll some saving throws.
Did you say it's like a razor going at him?
Like a
It's
big
not
buzz
necessarily. Yeah, it's like a big spinning blade, like a big sword that's just a sword that turns every way and tries to like stop them from wanting to walk into it, so they come at us one at a time.
Well,
That's the
they would
goal.
believe, like if
Yeah,
it,
they believe it.
they
well, it's
believe they could be
believable.
they could be injured. Like
Well, so-
they'll react as if they're
So,
injured.
so there's no. Well, I mean, according to the spell description, anyway, there's no.
Well, what I'm not really clear on is whether like it can just keep hurting them, or if it goes away after it hurts them once.
It disappears if it's touched. So
But if they believe they got hit, then they react as if they're wounded.
If they think they got hit, then
We'll
they
come back
then
to that
they-
in a moment.
does
We're
hurt them.
under time pressure. Lightning
Sure.
bolt. Give me.
lightning bolt.
Okay.
Okay, they get a save for half damage,
Okay.
and I'm starting it here.
Fail. Success.
I'm starting it. I'm
fail.
starting it here.
You can do that. Wow.
I can.
Yeah.
I can. The point can be anywhere within 240 feet.
Okay.
Incredible.
Yeah. So okay, is there less than 5 foot distance between the main guy and this guy?
Yes, they're crowding in like idiots.
Okay, in that case, I create a line that should be able to hit all 5 of them.
Yes.
Unless I'm
Amazing.
okay. Okay.
Does-
Does it bounce back and hit them again?
No. The way I'm interpreting the bounce effect is that you can, the area where it overlaps, it can bounce back, but you don't get hit twice. If it's the area is overlapped, you're in the area of effect. You either are or you're not. You can bounce it around corners in a weird way. You can accidentally kill yourself with it. You cannot double hit someone.
All right. So
Anyway, roll damage.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, thinking. Here we go. 23 damage.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. Or this guy takes.
Crack, crack. Boom.
Is that the third time he's gotten to use it?
I believe so. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, he's up that fish.
The huge ogre up front looks like he is in terrible condition. The ogres in the back rank look startled and injured, but not super hurt.
I'll fix them.
Yes. And there was the flashbang, and that is it. So they have been attacked with powerful magic. They are going to roll morale. Their morale breaks. The big ogre is going to try to... Okay, so on the movement phase of this next... Initiative first, before I do anything.
Rolling.
Okay,
Yes.
party
Nice.
goes first.
Lightning bolt.
Oh no, your mage isn't with us. You have hold portal.
Okay, but before that, so on their movement action, the big ogre's intention is to slam the door shut and hold it shut.
Huh.
What is your intention to interfere with that?
I don't think I have any
Is the
magic
door
that'll
swung
work.
inwards or outwards?
Outwards.
Like towards us?
Yes.
How long does it take to hammer in iron spikes?
You cannot do that in combat.
Okay. Then Perderi will brace against it for all he's worth.
Alrighty.
Skill will throw his hammer in the door stop.
Well, I have a question about this. If the door is being swung out towards us, this guy's got to reach out amongst the sharp implements to grab it and try to close it. So I say everybody should get at least a couple people ought to get a chance to cut his arm off or something like that.
Yeah.
That's fair. If you want to just stab him to death instead, that's a viable option.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, in the similar way that you'd have to, avoid getting hit if you tried to disengage or something like that.
Zelatin is going to just try to lunge at him and strike him with his poison.
And aren't those guys believing the phantasmal force too?
One of them.
Yeah,
is.
but it wouldn't interfere with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that purple line visible to you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see it.
I put it there in the hopes of channelizing them.
If you want to interfere with his attempt to close the door by stabbing him, roll an attack roll. If you want to interfere with it by physically interposing yourself, roll a d6.
Well, Menaken's going to get a couple more pot shots off if he can.
All
I
right,
believe
I'm
you
gonna
can.
bite. I'm biting. Oh, I didn't roll great.
All right, that's one hit and a miss.
It
Hit
is
for
incredible
3.
that this guy has managed to do this ridiculous thing and go unpunished.
Yeah. What is this AC?
His AC is only 14.
Hang
Ooh,
on.
I'll be bonks
Sorry, I
it.
couldn't hear you. What is this AC?
14.
Okay, I missed.
And Menaken shot another one of those ogres behind him.
Is anyone else in range with a melee weapon?
I missed.
Did,
All right. He grips the door, and he slams it shut.
Is
And he-
Perderi pushed into the room?
Is that what he prefers to have happen?
No.
I'm getting the fuck out of the way. That's what
And
I'm
you're
doing.
getting out of the way. This guy is immensely strong.
Yeah.
You're not going to win a straight physical contest against him. You simply can't. So you get out of the way, and the door slams shut.
Can you blast the door with your lightning bolt? Would that
Would it
destroy
reflect?
it? Yeah, would it reflect?
Do you want to find
And-
out?
Well, this is no. I have a different mechanical question. I should still have a pretty clear mental picture of the room. So can I, with that mental vision, place a point inside the door and try again? And just sort of hope?
Absolutely not. That's ridiculous. But I respect you for trying.
Well, get
Can
the
I
daggone
teleport
thing
my
open.
death weapon through a wall? No, you can't.
It's magic.
It's not that magical.
All right, well, open the damn door.
You generally need line of sight with any spell, well, most spells.
All right, now we're 10 minutes over, and the ogres are
Oh.
behind.
I think we might need to take the L on this one, boys.
Sorry, guys. The powers of the fates command you to run away, or at least to consolidate your gains for now.
We had their butts in.
You did.
Yeah.
God.
But then you all missed your attacks, and he got away with it.
If I rolled one higher, that would have been so great.